I thought our guys showed tremendous spirit, toughness, led by Gilvitas, who played such a tremendous basketball game, and he continues to improve. As a player with 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 block shots on 10 shots.
Minutes seem to twist his ankle a little bit there, and play much after that. Can you shed any light on that? Is it too early?
Yeah, I think it's just right now. It's this is not when you have so many new players. It's not instant oatmeal or instant coffee where you plug them in and you go from worst to first. That's not how it works unless you're separated from reality. It's going to take Biggie Minnis. It's going to take Jarrell Rochelle, young players without a lot of college experience, time to find themselves and develop. They will, because they're talented. I'm going to be patient with them, and they're going to start playing better.
Coach, speaking of Rochelle, he gave some pretty useful minutes tonight. How helpful was that for the team and also just for him as a springboard for moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we could look and say, oh, well, he only had 3 points, he had 4 rebounds. He played excellent defense, on Sherrod Wright at times. Played excellent defense on Allen at times. But kept both those guys well under their scoring averages. It's not just anyone that knows anything about basketball understands that you need guys that can blend in, help you rebound, deflections, rotations, things that folks that don't really understand basketball have no appreciation for.
Yeah, we have the debates all the time: foul or not foul, call timeout or not call timeout. You got to tackle both of those things.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of things happening. What we didn't want to do at the end of regulation, we wanted to try and not call a timeout, just kind of spacing it out, and and not allowing them to maybe go zone, maybe get a different package of defenders in the game. So we tried that. We obviously tried the timeouts. We tried to foul the 3-point shooter. I thought we fouled the first guy that got it. The second guy, listen, referees have hard jobs. Coaches and players have hard jobs. These things happen, bang, bang. It would have been a very, very tough pill to swallow. But with that being said, Gil and TJ, made a great adjustment on that deep fade pattern. Kaepernick to Jimmy Graham or whatever, and the guy tackled Gil. And probably the only negative for the game is we pleaded with Gil to miss the second one, and he somehow managed to throw that one in there. Which I think that's ironic that we've lost games during the year because we couldn't make free throws, and then when we tried to miss it, we made it.
It looked like TJ might have given foul. Yeah, you were obviously trying to foul.
Yes, we wanted to foul. We wanted to foul in the backcourt. The only fear was that they would throw it into the front court and then foul as somebody who's in the act. Again, when the guy's taking a dribble before half court, I have to see the replay. I don't know. That was a tough one to take.
Dan, is that moment pass something you guys work on, or is it more they noticed that the smaller guy was on Gil and they went from there?
I think it's something that guys do. Might do obviously a little bit. You never really know how many times in a year are you in that position. But there's eye contact with me, Gil, and TJ, and you saw Holloway on Gil, and it was, just those two guys did a perfect job.
X, talk about as players, how you handle those late game situations.
We just got to react like instincts. Coach is doing great plays, our timeouts and stuff. Got to go out and make basketball plays.
Recall the last game that was exciting to distribute it, and also for another win.
Last game.
When's the last game since this one? When's the most exciting game before this?
Maybe Metro State, who went 3-0 versus probably two teams that would win their conferences against the other. That was a close, tight game that we won, which obviously you don't get a ton of credit for that one. That's because Division II. That was a tight one. It wasn't easy going down to LSU and beating those guys. So, we've had success at the end of games, and these guys do, the players need to do. When you go and watch college basketball, it's about getting the ball in the best players' hands, and they make plays, and we'll continue to do that.
Dan, you went to TJ today to start line. Just talk about what went into that decision.
And I just think, it's so much, and it's my fault, when you have a program that is struggling, coming off 7-24, you want to try and create some buzz back in the program. And, it helps recruiting, it helps fan interest, and indirectly what you end up doing is putting a lot of pressure on young players, which we've done here. We have a dormant program. We try and excite the fan base, trying to get on the social media, become a factor, have recruits see your name, and I think we put a little too much pressure on young, developing, talented players, that have a lot of tools and are going to be big factors for us, which is to out there right now. Biggie and Jarrell, at some point for us, are going to be a big part of the solution of this program becoming very good. But you don't take this program from where it's at and instantly turn it on its head. Not in this conference, not in 2014.
Thanks. How do you handle that, knowing that the best days for this program are probably going to happen after you're gone?
I just want to help create the tradition. That's what we're here for last year, this year. Just help build it and create some memorabilia. Help guide the young freshmen and create the tradition in the future.
Memorabilia, like a bat, memories. I was his history teacher, so that's my football question. What else?
Thanks. You had 10 of the teams, 15 points in the overtime. Is that something that if we score, you look to assert yourself more in a situation like that late in the game, or opportunities just coming to be on the floor of the offense?
We definitely flow in the offense. I try to stay aggressive from the tip off. Teammates found good opportunities for me to find good shots and stuff. Coach drew great plays.